I am the astronaut. Today,
it is time. We have the STI already on the dyno. I've already driven down. We are at Force Induction Motorsports. My buddy Nando runs the place. He's talking on the phone, pointing at an Evo right now, and he's been hiding from the cameras. So far, we've swapped the injectors from 1300s over to 2600s on the STI. With the Haltech, would you say we can do some black magic with the ECU in the 2600s?
having an aftermarket standalone in the car and being able to have more control on the injectors, a more capable ECU that's not going to make mistakes on simple things like cranking the car and cranking pulse width. We went ahead and went with the 2600s. We're going to have to run a little bit richer on pump at idle to be able to get a smoother idle and get them to function the way we want, but it should work.
So we got the 2600s in. I pulled the 1300s out. It's just easier. We got the flex fuel sensor working. There were 2 wires that were switched. My bad on that. We flipped them around, disabled the pull up, and ethanol content's reading perfectly. So we got flex fuel, we got good oil, just did the oil change. Drove it down here also and did absolutely phenomenal. The weather was kind of crap and I found a puddle in my back seat, so I got to figure out where the water is entering the back seat.
Trying to take a shower.
Right. Now, some of you guys were asking if we're using Josh's dyno jet. We're actually using the Mustang dyno that Nando bought, which he has disappeared again. He keeps running away. So he bought Josh's old Mustang dyno, and this is about an hour-ish drive for me from where I live, so it made more sense to come down here. This dyno is, they call the Mustangs heartbreakers, but I call this thing a heartbreaker for a different reason, because this thing has, well, the car, not the dyno, has hurt me multiple times on this dyno. First time it was on the dyno, we broke the driver's side exhaust camshaft. That one wasn't even a fun one, because you were like getting on the gas and it was just going blah, 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 and just, we turned a non-variable cam into a variable cam. The second time, we made it, I'm gonna be honest, even though we lost the engine last time, it did a lot of dyno hits. It did a lot of dyno hits. You know, pal, when you tell your tuner, I synced the timing, right, and we're blowing flames out the exhaust, I'm like, something's not right. Something ain't right. I chose to trust the customer. Don't do that shit. Set your timing, which, should we be setting our timing today, bud? I've already verified it with the timing. Are you sure? Yeah, 100%. All right, I better not see no reverse flames coming out. 110%. I've already verified it with the timing light. You heard him. So, it's on you. Because when I redid the... I'm trusting you again. Well, when I redid the crank sprocket and swapped to the Hall sensor, I had to redo timing. Okay. I'm 100% sure TDC offset is tits. It's on you. It's money. It's on me. The problems that we had last time on the dyno, I've already gone through and resolved. One of them being the crank sprocket. As you guys remember, we always lost engine position. We've added an AccuSump. We have added a better oil pan. We have more oil capacity. We have an oil cooler. We have a better engine harness. Literally everything about this car is better than it was before. There are no more worm gears on silicone couplers. Everything is now an HD clamp. We have a larger turbo, larger fuel system, the entire kit and caboodle. So Josh is setting up the map a little bit more, but I do want to talk about a couple things before we get into tuning the car. So the couple questions I have for you, Mustang versus dyno jet. So I've owned both now. You guys probably have seen we've done several comparisons. I'm not here to compare, and at the end of the day, it is a tool. We're here to use it the way it is intended. It is a tool. It does read lower than what my dyno jet does. Generally, 13% is a pretty good number to go off of. If you are really curious about it, you can take a look on our Instagram and see a couple comparisons. But today is going to mainly focus on the car, get it to work for him. We're going to do the drivability. We're going to tune it on wastegate. Then we're going to start tipping into boost control, get pump gas all done, get the flex fuel set up, and have a running, working car that he can enjoy. That's what we're going with today. Are you going to see lower numbers today? 100%. The numbers don't always matter. Like you said, it's a tool. You know, and everybody's gonna have their own opinion on it. Yeah. This car will go to the track eventually. If you really want to see it'll go this season. It traps. You can see what it traps. I think a good goal today would be to make more than what we did the last time. I think we made just over 600 the last time, if I recall. We did, it was 698. All right, so we made 698 before, so we can make more than that this time. We're on a win. The other thing, because people like to bring this up, dyno crossing 5252. Yep, so on here, you guys may have noticed I had a dyno jet reading graph before that did manipulate the 5252. That was just a math table adding 13%. I stopped using that at a later time and I just put dyno jet and put the number, and then I left the Mustang graph as normal. You will be seeing it cross at 5252 today. You'll be seeing Mustang numbers, and then we'll simply give you a number that's 13% added to that. So that way you guys know the math table, you know everything, there's nothing manipulated, it's just what the dyno reads today. Like I said, I just want to see the car work today, work through drivability, have a car you can enjoy. The power side of things, there's always a variable that something can get hurt. Oh yeah. We'll go as far as we want today. He is the one telling me what to do today. Wherever the car is comfortable. Wherever it's happy, we'll go there. And like I said, hopefully make more than what we did last time.
Me personally, I'd like to see the car make around 850 Mustang, if not more. That would be a really good place. But today is just going to be making sure everything works. Once we get more through to tuning today, we'll check back in on that, and I think we'll be able to give you a better idea.
I had two of the wastegate lines backwards, so we flipped those, fixed that. We should be good now. Josh is going through his, we're still doing like idle, drivability, all that stuff right now. So we're trying to get all that kind of sorted so that way we get to the power stuff.
Still runs.
It does still run.
Hey, there's your light sauce right there.
Light sauce?
Yeah.
You got one with light sauce?
You know what?
Light
Don't
sauce.
judge.
Okay.
Okay?
Not
I
judging.
feel very judged right now.
Look at this. It's like a feast.
That's how you know we're fast.
So we've all eaten some pizza. We've had some lunch, some garlic knots and whatnot. Justin's having a 6-piece pizza. Is it good at least?
Delicious.
It is delicious. So we have all what we have found so far, all the little issues worked out. One of them, the boost controller lines were swapped, so we fixed that. I installed an injector in upside down when we swapped to the ID2600s. That was my fault. Aside from that, we got our first clean pull in, no problems. Josh is doing all of his magic wizardry stuff, and we should be good to go. So I think we're moving into power stuff on pump gas, and we'll go to E85. So we're working through some dyno issues. My car is one of the first ones to be on the dyno since it got set up here, and we're having an issue where the dyno is adding extra load up top from what I understand, and it's not doing what it should be doing. So we're playing with some of the dyno settings to get things reading and the appropriate amount of load on the car proper. At the very beginning, we had no load. Now we have load, so we're doing a couple test runs. He just did a recalibration, so we'll see if that changed anything. I don't know, I don't understand how dynos work like that, so once we get a second where the car's off, we'll ask Josh.
I mean, this thing's always read low. It seems like it's exceptionally reading low right now. And here at F.I.M, they bought the dyno, right? And they installed it themselves, put it in. It's pretty easy to assemble and install. I don't see too many areas for error, but they were putting some cars on and it was reading definitely a lot lower than what I would expect to see. Here we are today, 20 pounds, and we're only at 325 and 291.
Yeah, something.
What I can see in my data log, everything looks good on my end. Boost is nice and flat, 20 pounds, air fuels 10.8 to 11.0. Car's really happy. I'm where I feel like I'm happy with it at this on pump. I mean, I can go further, obviously. We can go probably.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't care too much about this as long as
this
the car's...
is exceptionally low.
Yeah, that's a lot lower than
325 wheel. I think anyone in here can understand a 76 mil on an H6.
A 76 mil on a 3.3 liter making 300 wheel at 20 psi or 24? 20. Yeah, that's exceptionally low. I mean,
and for those of you wondering, it's not dog on timing. I got quite a bit of timing that a lot of people probably don't like, and I don't really talk about timing that much on my channel.
I mean, you can hear it sounds spicy,
but the timing I feel is comfortable. The knock sensors are happy, the car is happy. It's just something seems weird here.
And we're gonna end up throwing the STI back onto the dyno jet in a couple months anyway. So right now it's just, we're not gonna worry too much on the numbers. We're gonna worry about tuning it, making sure the car's happy.
Right, and it's happy right now, but this kind of bothers me. And I understand you guys are like, what the heck, what's going on? It's only making 300 wheel.
I mean, the dyno literally just got moved, it just got set up.
Unfortunately, there's something that's going on. I just recalibrated the dyno, which you may or may not have thought of on the camera. There's a parasitic load loss table in here. I just recalibrated it to make sure it wasn't corrupted. Everything seems fine there. I haven't gone through too much of the install. Like I said, it's pretty easy to install. There's not too many things, variables that are going to cause it to have a problem, but it just seems like it's reading quite a bit low from what I'm used to.
I mean, that's lower than I would have expected. Yeah. Take out all of the not so fun pump gas with our whole 300 wheel horsepower. It's impressive. It's impressive, Justin. We just stick this hose in here off the return line, let the car run, we'll drain all the fuel. So we'll get this thing idling, let that container fill up. We're just gonna let it idle till the car dies. Oh my God, Josh is so tall.
No, we did that so he can get out.
My little feet can't reach the pedals. Coming out? Stop! You whore! You just gotta pick it up. It's a real beefy 300. Don't make fun of it.
Yeah.
It's not the size that matters.
All horsepower. How you work it.
Yeah, you're right. Senor Josh, what's the game plan?
I'm gonna see how much we're at right now. So we're just gonna put the wastegate line to the top of the gate and do our first hit.
Okay, cool. Just pinch them off.
I mean, he already tried to do that earlier.
Hey, it worked.
It did really well.
It wanted all of it.
He's like, why'd you let out? I'm like, because it was
keep
like
going.
this.
Keep going.
It wasn't stopping.
What?
So, just gonna fire this baby up, see what our ethanol content is, make sure everything's working. We'll do a baseline, probably pretty close where we are right now, just to make sure everything works, and then we'll go to the moon after that.
I guess we're also going to see if it's the dyno or the pump gas in the turbo.
Hopefully we'll find out.
Yeah. If it makes 300 horsepower on E85 with that turbo and like 40 PSI, then we know it's not the car.
On the right side. We always got a butt dyno.
That's true.
Wait, but you can always claim 300 horsepower and race people at 300 horsepower.
You know, he has a point. I can tell people it only makes 300. found out the dyno was in 2-wheel drive mode versus 4-wheel drive mode, so.
That'll help.
We don't know if it's gonna, but we don't know if it's gonna make a change. Right now,
40% more power, and may see 40% less.
right? So, right now, we actually don't really know how much power it's making. The tuning's going great though. The car's doing phenomenal. We just don't know what it's doing number-wise. But maybe, you know, maybe that's for the better. Maybe the internet doesn't need to know a number. Maybe just numbers are overrated.
300, same it all day.
It only showed 316 horsepower.
That's a lot to some people.
Is it making that? Per that, it is. In reality, is it? I don't know. I don't know what it makes. But it makes power. On the bright side, I mean, at the end of the day, all I care about is the car's getting tuned. It's gonna be drivable. It'll make power. We just don't know. We just don't know how much. Car's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Go see the drag times.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the times do. And I mean, like I said, we're gonna end up taking it over to Spokane anyways and throwing it on the dyno jet. So whether it's fully tuned here and it reads 300 horsepower on this dyno, you know, I would love to see everyone say the dyno numbers are inflated now. I would fucking love to see it. The dyno numbers are inflated! You made 300 horsepower! How dare you! keep fuel pressure?
Yeah, it did. I turned it down because I knew if kicking the second pump on it was going to be richer, but it was spot on, 1%.
No. So we actually have all fuel pressure now.
We're good now.
Beautiful. There's a car alarm going off right. Oh hey, there's a car alarm going off right now. But the dyno still isn't reading properly. We had one issue with the fuel pump where the second pump wasn't kicking on. Turns out it was just a setting in the Haltech. We got that sorted out. So on pump gas, we only have one fuel pump. On E85, we got both. But the dyno is just not reading accurately. Like, I don't know why. It's gonna go on another dyno to verify numbers and actually see the numbers for it. But it's doing great. Like you guys can see in the videos, the car's picking up Like you can see the whole car starting to lift up a little bit, so I don't know, man.
400. I still don't think that's accurate. How many pounds is that?
28.
There's no way that's accurate.
So obviously I used to own this dyno. I've been around this dyno since it was brand new in 2017. Right now we're dealing with, as you guys can hear and see in the graph, the car's coming up in power and then it's laying down. So either A, we have one of two problems here, right? Here, B, we have a dyno that's applying an extra load once we get to a certain mile an hour, or we have a car that's laying down in power due to a valve flow or timing not being correct, right? I went ahead and checked the dyno because I had this issue not too long ago with this, and Mustang engineer helped me with it. So what you'll see on the screen here, this is called a parasitic loss table. This is like a dyno graph for your dyno on how it's applying load. And you can see here it comes up perfect, and then right at 110 miles an hour, the dyno's saying, hey, I'm done with the pole applying the brakes, and that's what we're hearing with the car. Which makes a lot of sense why we're feeling the car physically lay down, because the dyno's applying its brakes.
So we're not actually getting all the readings because it's braking on us, so we're not even getting a full pole worth of power.
Exactly.
Because the dyno's like, hey, we're done.
Yeah.
This is where we're stopping.
So the lower half of the pole is correct, but the upper half is not.
Where it's all dipping out.
And that's obviously where horsepower is going to be at the end of the day, because I'm ramping in horsepower.
I mean, it's a big turbo
horsepower's
also,
at
so
the
all
peak
the
of the
power is
RPM,
gonna
torque's
be
at the beginning. That's how that works. So right now, we did this earlier where I rescaled the dyno, not rescaled.
You did the 150 mile an hour run or whatever
right?
it was, calibration.
Parasitic loss. You go up to a certain mile an hour, do you think it'll go up to? Then you go ahead and put it neutral and let it coast all the way down. Once it comes down, the dyno does its magic and it creates a parasitic loss folder. Well, before this was corrupted, and right now it's showing me that we're still having a corrupted issue. So, gonna figure that out hopefully tonight, but in the end, we're making progress.
Yeah.
It was a little bit spicy there.
How'd that feel? Better?
Great. That was 38 pounds coming in.
That looks so fucking cool.
Oh, that was 30 pounds, that's why.
That fucking scared the shit out of me the first time.
The dyno's still not reading right. The car's at 37 PSI. For the sake of the car, we're not gonna keep beating it up on the dyno with a dyno that's not reading fully accurate. So we'll take it over to Spokane, toss it on the actual dyno jet. But for now, the car's actually tuned. Makes power, we just don't exactly know how much right now. But at the end of the day, it's tuned and it makes power. So I guess number-wise, we're all gonna have to wait till later.
Look at that, we're good.
Huh? We got oil pressure.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's a little rowdy for you, huh?
I'm happy with it. I don't know how much power it makes, but we don't need to know. It's rowdy, it shoots fire, it'll probably spin all fours. It'll do everything.
Are we going for a ride?
Huh?
Are you going for a ride?
Not on the R888Rs on the wet weather. In a city. We're in a city, it's raining, we're on R888Rs.
Get in the passenger seat.
Right, no, we ain't doing it. This is what happened last time. We ended up fucking towing the car home. We ain't doing it again. Once we take it off the dyno jet, then we'll do it. I got a trailer to bring this thing home, Josh.
So you're gonna tip into it on your way home? Tip into it on your way home?
If I can find a dry area, these R888Rs suck ass, dude. It was spinning on fucking that base mat.
It's only got a little bit more power. What are you talking about? We make 300 wheels.
It makes 300 horsepower, it'll be fine.
There you go, you got 24 pounds of boost on launch control, 25.
Nice.
It's a ringing stop.
It's bad, huh? It feels like it's about to blow your fender off the car.
Yeah, it looked like it. There's some big ass fireballs coming out of that thing. And the wastegates. Yeah. I was like, woo!
I got
best dyno session we've had, even with the dyno issues.
We're good, we're done. Drive it and enjoy it. Oh, fuck, I gotta check drivability. We'll check that out just to make sure on the flex fuel side.
It was the launch control, Josh.
No, man, that sounds a little too expensive.
You know,
he was a nice cop.
I say hi to the law very often.
The launch control got the police called on us.
Sorry, Fernando, I didn't make it one car in.
What?
Well, I feel like this will be the loudest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
At least I would hope that there's none louder than this.
Well, we had to meet him and say hi, now we're good.
All right. Now if he comes back again, he'll just be like, guys, come on. Breaker, it reads 400 horsepower to 300 horsepower less.
Yeah, it seems like it's applying the brakes. Man, that's fucking hot in there right now.
Yeah, it gets a little... Oh, there's coolant.
Oh shit, there is.
Where?
Nice little puddle.
Damn!
There's coolant. I'm guessing it's sprayed out of this.
But you know what? That might have been what I saw spray earlier.
I'm guessing it came out of this.
Don't get that on
What'd you do? Let me grab a towel. I can guarantee you it pretty much came out of here. At this point, should all just be drivability. We're stopping at the 37 PSI. The coolant that we did see came out of the radiator hose, so I just need to, honestly, I just need a different radiator for this thing. Don't come back, Mr. Ossifer. Josh, what did we end up at? 37 pounds?
37, 38 pounds.
37, 38 pounds.
Tanner's too big of a puss to hit it.
It's on R888Rs. We don't know how much power it makes. The serpentine belt is ripped. It's wet out. We're in a city. The cops already showed up once.
You don't want to meet him again?
No, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. At least I gotta drive this thing home. I need that thing to last at least 60 miles. I don't know if that'll withstand another 7,000 hit.
You gotta at least hit it somewhere.
Once I get close enough to the house, I'll grab the GoPro and
okay.
just hammer on it a little bit.
Then you can give a butt dyno ometer to me.
I have a feeling it's... Last time we did this, it was on 24 PSI and it felt fast when we took it out. So I'm assuming it's gonna knock my socks off. It'll be the bee's knees, as they say.
That'll it'll be 300 wheel.
Or it'll be 300 wheel.
One and two.
Either way. You know what? It runs, it drives, it'll drive home.
Perfect.
That's all that matters. So
runs and drives.
We'll actually be back down here tomorrow with the 23 WRX, which won't be as I feel like this one.
I think the 23 WRX will make the 180 wheel solid.
On this dyno?
Yeah.
I say 90.
90.
I don't think it's gonna break 100.
Do you think the Civic out there will make more power?
Civic made 250, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Civic already made more.
Yeah, you got a point.
Civic's already made more. X amount of time, sometime in the near future, we'll get this thing on the dyno jet and we'll actually get some like proper readings. But for the meantime, the important part of getting the car tuned is good.
It is good. You can drive the car and enjoy it.
Yeah.
At least get some miles on it, and we can revisit this anytime.
Yeah. And it gives me the opportunity to make the changes we need, like the serpentine belt, the pushing coolant out of the radiator, which that's a radiator problem. I knew that was an issue, but I didn't think it would push coolant out of it. So, a couple more small revisions. It's the car that keeps on giving, but this is the best dyno session we've had on this car, by far.
It's the best experience. It runs the best right now.
Yeah. By fathoms, this has been the best experience. We had two small issues. Both of them were my fault. One of them was my fault here, but the other one was the ethanol sensor, but we got that fixed. Swapped 2 wires, disabled the pull up, fixed the injector that I put in up, oh, and the boost, 3 things. So still, compared to what we've dealt with in the past, that's minimal. Well, I didn't make it home. I made it to the shop. around 20 miles on the way back. The serpentine belt delaminated and took out the wiring for the IAT sensor, so I was able to make it back from F.I.M to the shop. It wasn't happy. It was idling and driving at like 11:0 AFR. It was pissed off. So Melanie's on her way to come get me right now. It's not crazy damaged. It doesn't suck, obviously. Am I happy about it? No, but it's not the end of the world. Overall, I'm still calling today the biggest success we've had, just to show you guys, man. It just mangled the wiring right here. Part of the belt is still on there, but dude, I can't drive back on that. I also don't have any more of these connectors sitting around, so I can't. The sensor itself, thankfully, is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal, but there's pieces of serpentine belt everywhere in here, and there's just dirt and everything, so I'm gonna have to clean this later. I'm very thankful that it didn't completely rip this out and then go down into the serpentine belt and chew it up. So as soon as I get home tonight, I'll order a new serpentine belt for the STI. I'll order a new pigtail. I'm just gonna buy a pigtail and I'll crimp the pigtail on it. It's really not that big of a deal. I'll put a new pigtail on the IAT sensor. We should be good to go on that. I'm going back down to Forced Induction Motorsports tomorrow, and we're tuning the 23 WRX, so back-to-back tuning videos. It sucks that the dyno's not reading as it should, but at the end of the day, we have a good tune on the car. It was doing phenomenal up until the serpentine belt broke, so I'll get that stuff ordered tonight. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I'm sorry that we couldn't get more accurate numbers. Like I said, in the next couple of months, we'll throw that thing on Josh's dyno jet. Right now we're at 37 PSI. I don't have an accurate number to give you guys. I'm sorry. The dyno was reading exceptionally low today. I mean, even down 24 PSI on pump gas, said it was making 300 wheel. We all know that on a 42R 76mm turbo with a 3.3 liter, it's not making 300 wheel. So I don't know what it's making. It feels fast. You guys can tell in the videos it's obviously making a good amount of power, but that's all I got for you guys on this one. Once again, sorry, but shit happens. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies. Woo!